Hey folks, good morning. As you notice, I'm on my stationary bike. Thought I'd explain to you why. I'm going to start the day every morning possible, where I visit with you folks while I'm doing my 5 miles. I'll do 5 miles this morning and I'll do 5 miles this afternoon. Explain to you why I'm doing it. Pretty much in the last few months, I've let myself go. I hate to blame COVID, but I did get COVID back in, I believe December the 10th is when I tested positive, and I had a bad go of it. The issue is I'm still having issues with it. A couple times, 2 or 3 times a day. It'll be like I cannot breathe, and I have to force a breath in and force a breath out a few times. And then also I have a brain freeze where I can be visiting with someone, talking with someone, and all at once I'm just kind of in la-la land for a few seconds, lose my train of thought. And I know because of my age, you know, things change a lot of time, but my mind was very sharp before COVID and was not used to this. My doctor has diagnosed it as long haulers syndrome, I believe she called it, but she says surprisingly there's people all over the world that have these same symptoms as far as breathing and as far as losing your train of thought. So when I had COVID and during the quarantine and everything, I've had some bad eating habits, I'll be the first to admit. A couple years ago I had stopped sugar, lost 25 pounds, felt great, and then for some reason being shut in, not being able to do this and do that and that, I've eaten everything, and that's on me. You know, I had the choice to eat well or not eat well, and I chose not to eat well. So I'm starting every morning, like I say, 5 miles of the morning, 5 miles in the evening on my bike. I had my last treat last night, and this is a date that I've had in mind for quite some time. So I'm hoping within the next 60 days to lose 20 pounds, not from dieting, but from eating healthy. You've noticed that I have, in my previous videos, you notice I have a garden across the road. So I'm eating a lot of fresh vegetables right now. And I'm pretty much determined to get myself back into shape the way I need to be in shape. And I thought, what a good opportunity to visit with you guys while I'm sitting here doing the miles, and I have it right here so I can keep up with the amount of miles that I'm doing. And just kind of let you know what's going on in my life. I have started last week putting together a benefit concert where all proceeds go to Children's of Mississippi and Batson Children's Hospital. I've been doing this for quite some time and raised some pretty good amounts of money. This one I hope to do in March of this coming year, and it's going to be a tribute concert to John Prine, who is like my music icon, one of the greatest songwriters worldwide ever. And if you followed John's music, you know what a heart the man had, just a heart as big as the universe. And I miss him each and every day. So I'm putting together this concert where all local Mississippi musicians perform his music. And I'm sure we'll raise a lot of money. I did get a little bit disappointed this past week. The venue that I wanted to have it in was Calamara Hall in Jackson. Now let me say right now that I understand the answers they gave me, but I was still highly disappointed. I introduced myself to them. I have a letter from Children's of Mississippi telling people what I've done. Last year I raised over $9,000. Actually, this year I've raised almost $9,000 for the hospital. So I had this letter and I went to them and explained what I wanted to do. And really it was just cut and dry with them. We don't do charity stuff. We're a for-profit business and it's owned by the city of Jackson. So kind of frustrated me. I was going to have to pay X amount per ticket sold, rental on the building, $1 million liability policy for accidents, another $1 million liability policy if we served food and drink. And I'm not a rich man. I mean, this concert that I'm putting together is, nobody's going to be paid a dime for it. So I'm back kind of at square one starting this week to decide what I'm going to do and look for other venues. So that's kind of what's going on and occupying a lot of my life. And then I'm going to kind of, throughout the day, hopefully do some videos of just things that I do, crazy things that I do, weird stuff that I do, not so weird stuff that I do. And hopefully you guys will like it. Hopefully you'll subscribe if you have not already subscribed, and hopefully you will, I understand it's very important to hit the like button. But any subscriptions that I get, or any money I say I should get, after you get a certain amount, regardless of how little it is or how big it is, it as well as is going to Children's of Mississippi. I made a decision, and if I've been repetitive on this, I apologize, but I made a decision in my life, whether, does not matter how long I live, but whatever time I'm on this earth, whether it's another year, whether it's another 30 years, that my goal is to raise money for the hospital, for the kids. You know, we are a divisive, we're a country that's been divided. Seems like really divided for about the last 4 years or so. But I think regardless of what political views you have, whether you're way out there on the right or way out there on the left, I don't think either group likes to see sick children. So I'm hoping through my channel, Master of Nothing, that we can get together and do this thing. You know, if we all just made an effort, a little bit at a time, with the great work that the researchers and the doctors and the healthcare folks and everybody's doing, wouldn't it be marvelous if we could, if not eradicate, really make a great stride in curing childhood diseases? And it all starts with people dedicated to do it. It all starts with money. So anyway, I will be talking to you every morning, just to let you know, my schedule today is I'm taking a couple pieces of jewelry to have some work done on them to be sized. I cannot size any type of jewelry, anything, because I have a trimmer in my hands. Have the equipment to do it all, but I just can't do it. And then start beating the bushes trying to find another venue for us to play. Then I get back to the house and work in the garden, pick some blueberries, and tonight go over to the recording studio and practice for a couple hours. But anyway, thanks for my ramblings. Thanks for your support. Please subscribe and like my channel. And peace, everybody.